there, and welcome back to Miss Kerri's Storytelling Corner. Today we have a story about a little squirrel who's a little bit worried about going to the beach. That's right, it's Scaredy Squirrel at the beach. Have you ever felt nervous about trying something new, like going to a busy place or near the water? Well, Scaredy Squirrel has lots of clever ideas for staying safe and brave. Let's join him and see what happens on his big beach adventure. If you own a copy of this book, go and grab it and let's get reading. Scaredy Squirrel at the Beach, written and illustrated by Melanie Watt. Warning! Scaredy Squirrel insists that everyone put on number 65 sunscreen before reading this book. Scaredy Squirrel never goes to the beach. He'd rather vacation at home alone, where it's safe, than risk being surrounded by the wrong crowd. A few crowds Scaredy Squirrel wouldn't want to be caught in the middle of. Flock of seagulls, tribes of jellyfish, herds of sea monsters, packs of pirates, tons of falling coconuts, mobs of lobsters. So, he's perfectly happy to build his very own private beach. Scaredy Squirrel's Guide to Building a Safe Beach. What you need to get started: paper and crayons, 1 stick, 1 inflatable pool, 1 flashlight, 1 bag of kitty litter, 1 plastic flamingo. Step number 1, draw beach scenery. Step number 2, use stick to hold upright. Step number 3, cover ground with sand. Step number 4, inflate ocean. Step number 5, turn on sunlight. And step number 6, install beach wildlife. And enjoy. It looks like a beach and feels like a beach, but it doesn't sound like one. Scaredy Squirrel notices something's missing: the soothing sounds of the ocean. The solution: make a quick trip to the real beach and find a seashell that fits the description below. Seashell, quality and performance chart. Germ-free, shiny exterior, crystal clear ocean sound. Red alert! Seashells must not, I repeat, not be occupied. But traveling to the real beach requires careful planning. First, get a passport. Passport, family, rodent. Type, flying squirrel. First name, Scaredy. Middle name, Orville. Last name, Squirrel. Initials, SOS. Place of birth, the nut tree. Second, draw a map. Beach map, mission, Operation Seashell. 7 o'clock a.m. Enter box and wait. Don't forget passport. 7:30 a.m. Get picked up by the mail truck. Verify passport. 7:42 a.m. Arrive at the beach and wait until the coast is clear. Don't lose passport. 11:42 a.m. Exit box and find seashell. Hold passport. 1:49 p.m. Enter box and wait for pickup. Check passport. 6 o'clock p.m. Get delivered back to the nut tree. Put away passport. Scaredy Squirrel's beach map. Caution! Falling coconuts have a mind of their own. They knock you out without warning. Careful! Birds of a feather flock together. Seagulls can drop by at any time. Never trust a mob of lobsters. They are a pinch territorial and are eager to snap. Important, sea monsters are camera shy, so keep camera close by. Ahoy, matey! Watch for pirates. Arr! They'll make you walk the plank. Stay away from tribes of jellyfish. You'll be stung by how sneaky they can be.
Ow!
And last but not least, travel light and dress accordingly. Scaredy's beachwear. This squirrel is a trained professional. Don't try this at home. Exhibit A, protective headgear for falling coconuts. Exhibit B, protective eye patch to fool pirates. Exhibit C, protective flotation device to prevent sinking. Exhibit D, protective camera to discourage sea monsters. Exhibit E, protective compass to avoid getting lost. Exhibit F, protective footgear to shield from jellyfish. Exhibit G, protective rubber band to tame lobsters. Exhibit H, protective oven mitts to block germs. And Exhibit I, protective french fry to distract seagulls. Remember, if all else fails, play dead and send an SOS. The next morning, as planned, Scaredy Squirrel jumps into the box. At 7:30 a.m., he gets picked up. They drive and drive. At 8:42 a.m., Scaredy gets dropped off and waits and waits. 11:42 a.m., a crowd appears. People were not part of the plan. Scaredy Squirrel panics and plays dead. 30 minutes later, 1 hour later, 2 hours later. Finally, Scaredy Squirrel realizes that the perfect seashell is right under his nose. Surrounded by friendly people, he decides to join the crowd. Scaredy Squirrel builds sandcastles, takes pictures, floats around in the ocean, and sunbathes with the others. He forgets all about the flocks of seagulls, tribes of jellyfish, herds of sea monsters, packs of pirates, tons of falling coconuts, and mobs of lobsters. He's glad to be part of the crowd. Back home, after a day of fun in the sun, Scaredy Squirrel's inspired to make one more important addition to his own beach. A crowd. Garden gnomes. P.S. As for Scaredy's next visit to the beach, it might be sooner than he thinks. Red alert! Wasn't that fun? Scaredy Squirrel sure had quite the beach adventure. What would you pack in your beach kit if you were going to the beach? Maybe sunscreen, a favorite toy, or even rubber boots like Scaredy Squirrel. Draw a picture or make a list of beach items you'd bring and share it with someone in your family. And don't forget, if you liked our story, click subscribe so you won't miss out on our next adventure here at Miss Kerri's Storytelling Corner. See you next time for more smiles and stories. Be brave and keep exploring. Bye!